at a party
Instagram live. Instagram live.
Instagram live, and he showed his background, which had
Right.
him smoking weed, strippers, and
Right.
all kind of wild stuff,
At a poker game.
and a poker game, and no one was wearing masks, right? So subsequently, there then after, ESPN, which is owned by Disney, fired Paul Pierce, which
Like
prompted
2
him
days later. It wasn't even like a thought. It wasn't even like a thought process, a suspension. It was like 2 days later, 2 days later, fine.
get him out of here. 2 days later, which then prompted Paul to put out a bevy of posts defending himself and laughing at the matter as if it didn't bother him.
Right.
Okay, see, now one thing I didn't know, Neil, I'm glad you told me something I didn't know. Now I understand the whole thing a little bit better.
Hold on. Hey, Angelia, I see your comment, and hell yeah, I would hit her with a bat. I don't give a shit if she is Beyonce. But go ahead, Karen.
You said that this is on BET and it's owned by Disney Plus.
Right.
No, ESPN.
ESPN is owned by Disney.
Okay. Everybody that ever worked with Disney, anything for Disney, I got one myself. You get a list of shit that you better not damn do.
Mm-hmm.
And right there is one of them. If you sacrifice them in any way, your ass is out the door. Yeah, so he knew what he was doing. He knew he did a big no-no. I didn't know Disney Plus was into that.
All right. So my take on it is this. I understand them firing him, but I don't agree with it.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
The reason why I don't agree with it is because what he did was some regular shit that if I look on my Instagram timeline, that's what I see every day, all day. That's his personal page. Like, so you're not even allowed to do anything on your personal page. That's why I don't work for anybody now, because I don't got time for
that was going to be my point right there. To anybody that worked for a public place, any governmental thing, there's a lot of teachers that don't have social media because of that. A lot of people work for the government, they won't have social media because they look at the page. And unfortunately, with certain things you cannot do. And I'm like you. That's why if you want to do your own shit, you better be your own boss.
And I'm gonna break it down like this. All right. So I used to work at PNC Bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one day I go to ask my supervisor some regular work related shit. And she was a lesbian, but she was like one of the rough, husky stud lesbians. Like she was like a dude. Like, so I go at her cubicle, just to ask her some regular shit about work. And she's my supervisor. But she's in there watching porn. She's in her cubicle watching porn. She hadn't even seen me. I just step-toed right out of there and backed up out of there. But my thought process from right there on in is that my supervisor's in here watching porn while I'm busting my ass working. And this just don't make. I can't. Like, I'm good. So that's why I can't do corporation shit, because your supervisor's gonna make more money than you, and they ain't doing shit. So I'm cool.
Well, but it's just the thing. Keep your shit off of social media, people, because they looking. Yeah, you don't. I mean, we don't like the consequences of it. And Angelia, I see what you're saying, girlfriend. Yeah.
Go ahead, can't read it.
She said it was his own personal life. After hours, she don't understand what it had to do with his job.
Right.
What it didn't have nothing to do with his job, but yet it reflected them. Like when I worked in the medical field, that was certain things we couldn't be seen doing even after work, because you can do it, but the consequences were you could lose your job. And when you know those consequences and you take the risk anyway, you got to know what to expect. That's the same as if your ass go rob a bank, what the hell gonna happen if you get caught? Same thing when Helen Weaver, you're right. There is a clause in their contract that says that. Like I said, I got that damn contract the day that I started back in September. They gave us a new clause because of COVID shit. He didn't have no mask. I mean, he violated every damn thing just about in there. His ass was asking to be fired.
All right, Karen. So my question was, all right, if you're gonna fire Paul Pierce for that, why not fire Dwayne Wade for posting his 12-year-old son dressed as a girl?
Because he did not violate any clause for any.
So that's not a violation, but you being with a woman is a violation.
No, it's just that he violated the company clause. Now, he just went against the company clause. Dwayne Wade didn't go against anybody's clause because that was his son about his life, but he was not on anybody's time clock. You got to look at that. He was not on anybody's time clock.
Who wasn't on anybody's time clock?
Dwayne Wade.
They both work for the same company.
But Dwayne Wade, does he host a show?
Yes.
What kind of show he hosts?
Same kind of show as Paul Pierce.
Okay, so his son, when he posted his son, I mean, wasn't Paul Pierce at the studio or something supposed to be working?
Paul Pierce was at home. Paul Pierce was at his house. They was having a poker game. Regular shit.
Oh, fuck.
All right, so this is my take on it, right? And I'm gonna give you a two-folded type of take. Just like almost the same path as you would say. I started my job, and a job is a job, and a career is a career. Two different things. So I started my career in banking 20 years ago. A lot of you guys know I used to work for Wells Fargo as a financial advisor for 18 years. When I first started out at the bank, I was a bank teller. And I had this mindset because I came from the streets. I didn't want nobody to know where I worked at. I still had to uphold this image of me being who I am. I went to work in sweats and and then when I got to work or went to work, it would change into work mode. After a while, manager was coming to me like, yo, you got to come to work every day like this because you represent the company, the corporation, the moment you walk out of your door. Fast forward to now, I realized that I could be in a grocery store, and because I work with the public, no matter if I'm on my personal time or if I'm on company time, I'm still a representation of that company because my face is associated with this company. Mm-hmm. So you got to uphold yourself regardless of if it's on your personal time or not. Now, the thing about this personal page, this man signed a contract to be on this show, which within the contract, there are certain clauses that, you know, if you do
hold a certain image. See, Dwayne Wade, that wasn't compromising his image. That's his son.
As long as you're under contract with a company,
sounds like hypocrisy to me. But go ahead.
Regardless if you're in the contract with a company, what you do outside of that company still is a reflection of that company, because you could be out in the market and somebody can ask you a question about basketball. Right. The moment you speak on that, you represent the jump because you're speaking ball. Like Angelia said, that's his personal page. Why should he have to worry about that? Is because that's a way of them getting into our personal business. If you don't want people to know what you got personally going on, you don't put your personal business out there, because then the moment you open that door, you allow people to see what you got going on, and you allow people to critique. You allow people to have an opinion. You allow people to say you're right or wrong. Now, Dwayne Wade's thing is that's just how the way of the world is. Everybody is.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, like Kenya. Hey, Kenya. By the way, like that. Kenya Graves, welcome to the show, y'all. She's a great author. Look her up, Kenya Graves. Kenya said D. Wade posted his child. There's a difference. CT, everybody. Okay, Zachary Lewis said that's not a good comparison. T. Helen Weaver, different situation, and they have an image to uphold. Zachary said
there's no image to uphold when it comes to the other shit though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
that's all fine and dandy. That's all fine and dandy. There's no image to uphold when it comes to that shit. That's all good. We can do whatever the fuck.
What you know, I have a hard time when people get upset when somebody like let's say for an example, somebody posted something on social media, right? And somebody makes a comment that is not on the lines of what they want that comment to be. They get upset, right?
Right.
You can't get upset the moment you put something in a social media the social media arena. It becomes public. It's a public forum. So you allow yourself to have somebody's opinion to be posted to something that you felt though has something to do with you. And if you don't like that person's comment, then you got to say to yourself, why did I put that out there?
Right.
Because the moment you post something is the moment you allow the world to come into your into your home. That's why people ask me all the time, or people get entrenched and incensed with, why don't you post who your love interest is? Because I don't have to. Right. Well, you going to tell her to calm down when she get on my nerves? You going to buy her a birthday gift? What is her birthday? you want to massage my temples when she getting on my nerves? No. But it's everybody wants to be in everybody's business. So if you keep that part of you safe and away from everything, you don't have to worry about nobody attacking it, attaching something to it, or whatever.
Look,
it ain't about hiding something. It's about if you don't want somebody to attack it, or have an opinion about it, or to even be worried about it, you don't got to put it out there.
Look, look, I agree with all that. But what my question is only, are they pushing that agenda to our young kids?
Yes. Look,
it's all good. It is all good.
It's crazy.
They pushing that other agenda to our young kids.
That's a totally different show.
7 years old.
That's a totally different show, T. That's a totally different show. That's a totally different show right there. This is talking about a man compromising what he did, compromising his job against someone accepting his child's lifestyle. A lifestyle is a totally different show.
That's my point is that it's hypocrisy though, Karen.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, T. Trust me, I'm not saying whatsoever you are wrong.
And also, not only is it hypocrisy, if that was a white guy, do you think he would have been suspended? And you think he'd been fired in 2 days, or you think they would have took
probably not?
You think they would have took a little bit of time?
They probably wouldn't have fired him. I'm gonna be honest. They probably would not have fired him. But that's another thing. Us as Black people, we know, or at least you should be taught this. If you don't see it in life shit, your parents need to be teaching you. In life, as this right here, you're gonna always have to work harder, do more than the vanilla person. I'm sorry, that's life. That's one of them things that you got to take the shit and keep on moving, make it do what it do. Paul Pierce knew what he was going to get.
No, can you read Judge's comment?
Yeah, pushing that agenda on us. Kid Cudi, if you've seen Saturday Night Live last night, he wore a dress on Saturday Night Live. It wasn't just a regular dress. It was a floral colored dress. Flowers and everything.
I can't.
I agree. It's crazy how... And I'm not judging nobody.
I'm not judging nobody either. I'm just saying it's hypocrisy.
That just goes to show how stuff have been normalized. You're right.
Absolutely.
This shit has been normalized.
They're trying to normalize that. Everything.
Oh, it ain't no trying in it.
It's in it. It's not there.
You know what? And I can say this safely without calling names. When I worked in the medical field, I worked for a reproductive clinic. These two females that were married, they wanted a child together. Now, the male dominant counterpart donated her eggs. Well, got her eggs and got her eggs fertilized with a donors. Okay, that little boy that they had looked just like both of them, because the one that donated the eggs and had it fertilized, they inputted it into the other one.
Right.
That little boy came out looking just like both of them. But y'all, do you know that they was allowing that child at 7 years old to walk around with lipstick on, and that's terrible. I'm just gonna say it. It's my opinion. I own this opinion, but anybody doing that, it's terrible. In my opinion, it is terrible. You don't do that because you are born a male. You're supposed to be a male. God made Adam and Eve. He did not make Adam and Eddie. Okay, He did not make Eve and Evelyn. He didn't make that shit. And now I don't. People who do it, they normalize it. I don't judge, but it's not for me. But a child that is underage, hell no, I don't approve of that at all.
And that was my whole point about the Dwayne Wade shit, is that's a child that's underage.
But it still gives no reason to fire him from his job.
I'm not saying that he should be fired. I didn't say Dwayne Wade should be fired.
Oh, I thought you said because they fired Paul Pierce, why didn't they fire Dwayne Wade?
I'm saying neither one of them should be fired.
Oh. Now, Paul Pierce, I'm sorry, but Paul Pierce put himself out there.
All right, so a lot of people in the comments were saying that Paul Pierce, he did that knowingly, and that he was trying to get fired, basically.
Yeah, I think he had other opportunities that he was trying to.
Yeah, now that could be
going to come out in the next couple of weeks or so. We'll see where.
And he was trying to get that contract broken.
Come on over to FS1. Come on over to FS1, yeah. Paul. where the real niggas is at. Come on over to FS1. I don't even rock with ESPN.
Break his contract without. Yeah. So I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. That's gonna be interesting to follow him.
What's gonna happen is what he just did was he actually secured a bigger bag for himself, because now you got rival networks who are going to want to beat out ESPN for a reputable basketball mind and also player who's come with credentials. They're going to throw him endless amounts of money to come over there to shit on ESPN.
Yeah, I mean, hell, the damn dude is getting more popular already. I ain't know him from a damn gallon of paint. Okay, now I'm gonna follow. What's his name? Paul Pierce. I'm gonna just to see what's in store for him.
Why? Because you know why? Because controversy sells.
Right.
Controversy is the
know that.
Controversy is the new entry on our resume.
Right.
Yeah.
It's what do they call it? What's the new word? What they call it now? See, when you do something to
clout
is the new clout. It's the new clout. Everybody wants to. Some people want to form this clout so they can propel themselves to a different level. And if he do it, it worked for him.
All right, before we move on to the next topic, let me see in the comments. Everybody say no or yes if y'all think he should have got fired. Let me see no or yes if y'all think Paul Pierce should have got fired.
That's going to be interesting. So y'all get the vote and we'll come back to it.
Let me see. Everybody put up no or yes in the comments if y'all think he should have been fired or suspended.
All right. And T, what's our next thing?
We're going to do Snowfall next.
Damn it. I hope Eamon ain't looking.
Look.
Damn it, I'm watching y'all.
Most people are saying yes. Mostly everybody's saying yes. Tara said yes. Nell said yes.
Angelia said no.
The rebellious one said no.
The rebellious one. I said no too, man. I'm rebellious too, I guess.
I mean, so maybe he had warnings on stuff, y'all. Do you think?
I think he should have just been suspended.
Well, that depends on if he had been warned about stuff being on his social media.
I think people have been suspended for way worse violations.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I was mad as hell when they
fired, and he made a lot of racist remarks towards black men. Especially here in the Philadelphia community, we know that to be the case because he made comments. Rush Limbaugh. He made comments about black quarterbacks, and at the time we had two: Michael Vick and Donovan McNabb, and that's something that we heard a lot here on our TVs and our radios. Things like that. So you got a lot. What's the other one? Don Imus, who you hear so many people disrespecting our black women that come from the Caucasian persuasion. And they get a slap on the wrist. They get a suspension or a couple of days off the air, and they right back to it. Where, our prominent black figures are castrated for it, which is ridiculous because it should be a constant across the board. Now, if
That's what I'm
everybody got
saying.
suspended for it, then shit.
That's what I'm saying.
It comes with the consequences.
Keep the same energy for everybody. That's all I'm saying.
Energy.
Keep the same energy for everybody.
But in hindsight, as we move on to Snowfall, remember, people, being this right here, they waiting for your ass to mess up. Don't give them ammunition, okay? He put the bullet in the gun. Don't give them the ammunition when you know they watching your ass. Don't give them the ammunition. Now, Angelia wants to.
He was. T, before we move on, T, he was very hypocritical. Remember when James Harden was trying to force his way out of Houston?
Right.
He went to the strip club in Atlanta, was partying with the little baby and all that. Paul Pierce ripped Harden for being under contract, not being in shape, going to parties, partying with strippers, not having a mask on. And not only were you partying with these strippers, but it was being recorded. He was telling it, yo, take your homie's phone. Right? If you're going to do that, take your homie's phone. That's what he said. He said that.
Right.
For him to do the same thing. That's where it gets hypocritical for me. That's the hypocrisy.
Everyone's
hypocrite. Black people do to each other. We will beat you down when you do something wrong, only to do the same thing 5 minutes later and ask for clemency.
Everyone's a hypocrite, man.
Okay. Well, now moving on to Snowfall. Angelia want to know: are we talking about the current season because she's only on season 3?
Y'all gotta catch up out there. What y'all doing?
They got 4 seasons.
I believe this is season 4 or season 3.
I think it's season 4.
Season 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is season 4. But I'm all caught